10th meeting of the Hoover City Schools Board of Education is called to order. If you would, please bow your head for the invocation. God, we're grateful for a beautiful day and for all the blessings that we have from you, for the great school system, the great city that we get to live in, and for your divine protection over us. And God, as we head into the final quarter of the school year, I pray that the upcoming spring break would give the students and the staff alike a time of refreshing so we can come back and finish strong. I pray that all that we do tonight would be honorable in your presence. Guide and direct us with wisdom and courage. Amen. Amen. If you would please stand for the pledge. Salute. Pledge. Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Netterville, will you call the roll to establish a quorum?
Alan Paquette.
Here.
Rex Blair. Amy Tosney. Here. Shelley Shaw. Here. Jeremy Weiss. Here.
All right, a quorum has been established. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda is approved. The next item is the approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? None opposed. The minutes are approved. At this time, I'd like to ask Anne Marie Harvey, Executive Director of the Hoover City Schools Foundation, to come forward for a check presentation. One of our favorite activities.
Love checks.
It's stuck. Dr. Robbins, would you help me and hold my check for me? Hey, Dina, you can come on this side, please. Or somebody. Sorry, good job, work. Good evening, members of the Hoover Board of Education and everyone in attendance. On behalf of the Hoover City Schools Foundation, it's a privilege to be here tonight to present a check for $44,000 in support of 2 outstanding STEM projects in our elementary schools. Of this gift, $24,000 is designated for the Hovercraft Project and $20,000 is designated for Green Power USA. Both programs give our 4th and 5th grade students the opportunity to engage in hands-on STEM learning, not just reading about science, technology, engineering, and math, but actively building, experimenting, and solving problems together. These experiences spark curiosity, build confidence, and help students see themselves as innovators and creators. They also reflect what makes Hoover special, a community that believes in investing in meaningful learning opportunities for all students. The Hoover City Schools Foundation exists to support programs like these, programs that go beyond the standard classroom experience and give teachers the resources to bring creative, engaging learning to life. We're grateful for the educators who lead these projects, for this board's continued leadership, and for a community that believes in empowering our students to explore, build, and discover. Thank you for this opportunity to partner with you in supporting Hoover City Schools.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey. Thank you, Hoover Schools Foundation, for your continued support of our students and our schools. At this time, I'll ask Ms. Merrick Wilson, our Executive Director of Communications, to come forward to present tonight's recognitions.
Thank you, board members, Dr. Maddox. As you can tell, we have a lot of great recognitions tonight, but I first want to start by thanking the City of Hoover for letting us be in this beautiful venue, being able to squeeze all of these awesome students and faculty and staff and celebrate them tonight is really, really great. So to start off, I want to ask Catherine Stewart, our District Mental Health Services Specialist, to come forward and give us a recap on Be Kind Week.
Any of my committee members are here. Hey, well, if you are, stand up. A couple of them were supposed to be here, and there's Terry. All right. Good evening, guys. I'm going to go ahead and talk while they come on down, because I want to introduce you. So this year we celebrated Be Kind Week from February 23rd to the 27th. And during this week, we saw our entire community come together to remember the importance of kindness. Throughout the week, we hosted kindness pep rallies, created hearts with every student's name on them, and saw City Hall light up in pink in support of the celebration. Kindness signs were made for schools to display during carpools. Students participated in art projects, and special kindness signs were displayed throughout the community. Our schools also came together through service projects that included collecting snacks and supplies to help fill the counselors' closets, totes for hope, and gathering food for the food bank. The Hoover Public Library hosted activities, including a kindness summit taking place this week. Members of our kindness committee also visited Trace Crossings Elementary School and Bumpus Middle School, where Dr. Desiree Smith and Aaron Coball spoke with students about the importance of kindness. The success of this week depends on the dedication of our Be Kind committee. Planning for this celebration begins months in advance. In fact, I had the opportunity to see just how strong the team is when I had COVID the week of Be Kind. So, and everything continued to run smoothly without me even being present. That is a true testament to their dedication and commitment and teamwork. So I'd like to take a minute to introduce those that are here, but also just to mention the names of those that are not. So Terry Coleman is our Hoover City Schools lead counselor. Merrick Wilson, who y'all see somewhere, Executive Director of Communications. Aaron Coball is our City of Hoover Parks and Recreations Director. Amanda Borden is our Hoover Public Library. Anne Marie Harvey, Hoover City Schools Foundations. Donna Bishop, Neighborhood Bridges. Nan Baldwin, Hoover Area Chamber of Commerce. Jamie Shore, Marketing Coordinator for the City of Hoover, and Melanie Posey, Public Information Officer. It is truly a blessing when our district and our community can come together to celebrate kindness and make it a priority for our students, for one another. So thank you. We're going to take a quick picture.
Thank you, Catherine, to you and your team for all that you do to make this such a special week in our schools. Now, students, I know that you have seen our adults get a little nervous and not stand right there in the front, but please know that you are welcome to stand right there in front of our board so we can recognize you. Our next group that I'd like to ask come forward is Bradley Williams and London Ford. As they are making their way down here, board members, I am excited to introduce them tonight and highlight them. These are our two state champion wrestlers from Spain Park High School. So I admitted to the boys earlier that I do not know a ton about wrestling, but I enjoyed reading about them and all that they've accomplished this year. This is the Jags. They placed third in the 6A state championship this year, which is one of the highest of all-time finishes for Spain Park High School, and crowned our two amazing champions. London completed the season with a record of 50-8, including 13 pins and a team best of 19 tech falls. And I now know what that means, so anybody can quiz me afterwards. Bradley completed his season undefeated for the third year in a row. Third year in a row. He is one of the only three Spain Park wrestlers with 3 state championships and the only wrestler to have medaled 6 times and received the 3 most outstanding wrestler awards. So these two students are amazing at what they do. I got to see a wrestling match this year. Really blew me away, but we are so proud of both of you, and congratulations on your amazing accomplishments this year.
Congrats, guys.
All right.
Okay, John.
Thank you, guys.
Here we go.
All right, now I'd like to ask Bumpus girls basketball to please come forward and stand in front of our board members. board members, you are looking at our girls Metro champ basketball team this year. They had an overall record of 18-1 this season. And is Coach Horn with us today? Oh, yes, Coach. You look like one of the students out there.
I know. I get that every day at school.
Yes, we're going to need to talk about that after the meeting.
I know. All right. Good evening. My name is Jasmine Horn. First, I'd like to start out with how blessed I am to coach this group of young ladies. This is my second year at Bumpus. This group of 8th graders only won 5 games last year. So this is a big step. They committed and worked hard this summer in preseason. We finished the season 18-1 and most importantly, Metro champs. I couldn't be more proud of their resilience and perseverance. And again, it was an honor to coach this group.
If we could have Coach Jeffries and our boys basketball team from Bumpus to come forward. You guys can come and line up right here. All right, board members, this is our boys Metro Championship basketball team for 7th grade, and they had an undefeated season this year. Coach Jeffries, would you like to say anything about the team?
Good evening. I'm Coach Jeffries. I am excited to be here tonight to celebrate these young men. Their hard work, dedication, commitment, sportsmanship was amazing throughout the entire season. And I just want to thank the parents as well for their dedication and commitment to help us out. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And if I could have Coach Patterson and the girls indoor track team from Bumpus to please come to the front. All right, so our girls indoor track team are state champions. They were crowned the 2006 Alabama Indoor Track and Field State Champions and are ranked #1 in the U.S. I also want to brag on Reese, who broke her own personal record at the state championship, which was also the record for the crossplex. So that is really, really amazing. And Coach Patterson, would you like to say anything about your group? Awesome.
Good evening. First, thank you to the Hoover City Board of Education for allowing us to be here. Dr. Fordham, Coach Watson, our athletic director, thank you for your guidance. My name is Coach Patterson. I'm the head coach here. Our girls have worked super hard this entire indoor season. They accomplished many good things. Just to brag on the Bumpus track program just a little bit, this is our 6th indoor state championship in 5 years, so they work very hard. We got Finley Mitchell right here. She's one of our team captains. One holding the trophy is Chloe Waters. She's one of our 400 runners. She's also on our 4x2 relay that was ranked #1 in the nation. And obviously that's Reese Gonzalez, and she's an amazing track athlete. And we have 2 more athletes. I guess they didn't make it in yet, but Ryan Abrams and Halo Pleasure, they were also on our 4x2 relay team. So very proud of them, and we got an outdoor track meet tomorrow, so ready to see them run. Thank you.
All right, Thank you. Now if I could have our boys and girls bowling teams from Hoover High to please make their way to the front.
They're out in the lobby.
All right. Thank you, guys. Board members, you are looking at our boys bowling team was our state runner-up this year, this is their third red map in program history. And I want to brag on a couple of these players right here. Braxton was named the Class 6A, 7A Region 4 Boys Bowler of the Year, and Braxton also won the State Boys Bowler of the Year award. And board members, some of the administrators at the central office actually went bowling together this past summer to strengthen our team building. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is who we should have had coach us because we were nowhere near that. But also want to brag on our girls bowling team. They were also named the state runner-up this year, and this is their second year in a row to earn second place. And we had Josie, who was named the Class 6, 7A Region 4 Girls Bowler of the Year. And we are so very proud of this program and just how many maps you guys keep bringing back to the school. That is awesome. And Coach Egger, do you want to say anything about your amazing teams? Awesome. Thank you.
I'll be very brief. I just want to congratulate. This is just a fraction of both of our teams, but especially the fight and grit all year long from both of them, and the fact that this is the first year in Hoover High School history that both bowling teams made it to the state tournament in the same year, and did so in a way that represented our city and our school system in an amazing way. So hands off to our teams.
Thank you. And now I'd like to ask Coach Hind and our girls, Hoover High girls indoor track and boys indoor track to please make their way to the front. I'm going to go ahead and start bragging on our girls as they make their way down. So our girls were named state champs this year in indoor track and field. This is their 5th straight Class 7A state title. The Bucks scored 77 points to win the title, outpacing the runner-up, Vestavia Hills, by 63 points. That is absolutely amazing. Let's give them a round of applause. And then as our boys are making it up, to brag on them, they were named state runner-up this year, and this is their 17th state map. This is one of the most decorated senior classes in Hoover High history. So we are so proud of y'all, and I'm going to turn it over to Coach Hind to give us a couple of words about his teams.
I'm going to let my assistant coach brag on the girls' team. This is Trace.
I'm Trace Walters. I'm one of the assistant coaches. Our girls, we knew it was going to be a tight race this year, but they overstepped and did great at our indoor state championship. We had 2 state champions. Reese was our individual state champion. She came from Bumpus. She won the 2 mile after running cross country this year, and she set a state record in the 2 mile. And then we also had our 4x4 team step up and win the state title. We had 2 seniors get second place on the podium, Niall in the high jump and Daisy Luna in the 400. Then we also had 2 athletes, Reese in the mile and Amelia in the 2 mile on the podium for 3rd place. They did an awesome job, and I'm going to let Coach Heim brag about the boys.
Our boys' team finished runner-up by 1 point. They're not used to that. We've won 12 of the last 15 years. Indoor track, and we've been second place the times we didn't win. This was a tough loss, even though we did have several state champions. We had Jeremiah in the hurdles, and we won the shot put, the pole vault, and the long jump. And so we had a very good meet. Tell you how close it was. If we would have run 1/100 of a second faster in one event, we would have won. In another event, if we were to run 0.03 of a second faster, we would have won. And in a third event, if we were to run 0.07 of a second faster, we would have won. So it was very close. Hewitt stepped it up and shocked us, but the main thing I was most proud about our guys is the way they handled defeat. Of course, there weren't too many smiles on their faces, but they did shake hands and had good sportsmanship. So I was real proud of them. And I think they learned a lesson that small things matter. We competed against Hewitt this past weekend at the King of the Mountain Invitational, and we beat them by 95 points. So hopefully outdoor, they'll bring a blue mat.
All right, now I'd like to ask our Bumpus dance team to please come forward. And as you can see by their plaque right here, this is our state champs, Bumpus dancers. We are so proud of them this year. And if you could share with us a little bit about this team and their amazing accomplishment.
Okay. I am Coach Stefano at Bumpus Middle School, and this is Coach Owsley, and we actually train 20 girls for our dance. So they spend a lot of time after school, weekends, practicing and learning a dance. So we went to 2 competitions this year. We competed in middle school jazz, which in and of itself is a very difficult technique to learn, especially with 20 different styles. And we placed 3rd place and then 1st place. So we are the state champs of middle school jazz for the Bama Regional Dance. So I am proud of them because it is not easy to do their outside dance, their school dance, and all of their academics. So great job, ladies. You are well deserved.
And to our dance team, I have a 10-year-old who has just started competitive dance. And so I just want to say y'all are amazing because that's a whole world I did not know about that I am learning very, very quickly. So congratulations, ladies. Thank you. All right, board members, as you can see, we had a lot in athletics to celebrate, but also March is nationally recognized as Arts in Our Schools Month. It's a time to celebrate the role that visual art, music, theater, and dance play in education for our students each and every day. And in Hoover City Schools, we're proud to have 65 dedicated fine arts teachers serving our students across the district, coordinated by our district fine arts specialist, Dr. Cox. And in our programs, we're successful and thriving, and we have many accomplishments. So we want to highlight a few of our groups today. We're going to start by having the Hoover High First Edition Jazz Ensemble to please come forward. And as, yes, round of applause. As they're making their way down, I'm going to brag on them for a little bit. They're under the direction of Sally Vines White, and they were selected to perform at the 2026 Alabama Music Educators Association Professional Development Conference, which is the largest gathering of music educators in the state. The Hoover First Edition also was selected by audition to be featured as a performer in the 2026 Jazz Education Network Conference in New Orleans. So we are so proud to have them recognized throughout our state, but also get to perform in New Orleans, which is so very awesome. Congratulations, guys. Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask Bumpus Middle School's Symphonic Band to please come forward. And as they're making their way down here, I'm going to go ahead and brag on them. They were selected as one of the only 5 ensembles in the nation to perform at the 2026 College Band Directors National Association, National Band Association Southern Division Conference in February at the University of South Florida. Under the leadership of band directors Josh Lynch and Dr. Posey, the Bumpus Middle School Symphonic Band earned this honor through months of dedication and practice. The CBDNA and the NBA Southern Division Conference brings together outstanding ensembles, conductors, and educators to share in the highest levels of music performance and professional development. This is an amazing accomplishment, and we are so proud to have you represent Hoover City Schools. And you guys are going to have to squeeze in very tightly. Squeeze on in.
You can see me. You guys a little bit closer. A lot of you guys. Okay. Everybody look at me. Make sure you see me. Ready and 1, 2, 3. Ready and 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Next, I'd like to ask Miss Rowe with Berry Middle School if she will please come forward. I'm going to brag on Miss Rowe as she's coming up. She was honored with the Junior Troop Director of the Year at the State Junior Thespian Festival this year. And this award is presented to a deserving educator during the state festival for their outstanding work with middle school students. This award is usually, the nominations come in from students. They have to have years of experience and service beyond the local level. The purpose of this recognition is to look at dedicated directors in the International Thespian Society, which is a division of the Educational Theater Association, to celebrate educators who grow excellence in middle school theater arts. And so Ms. Rowe was given this award this year, and we were so excited to have her honored at the state level. Congratulations. All right. Congratulations, Ms. Rowe. And now I'd like to ask the Hoover High Theater Program to please come forward. We are proud to recognize Hoover High School's theater program for an outstanding achievement with their studio theater production of Backstage. This year, 35 schools completed at the district level of the Trumbauer Theater Festival, with only 14 advancing to the state competition. At state, they earned the distinction of Best Ensemble in a Studio Theater Production, as well as Best in Show, the highest honor of the event. Hoover High was also one of only 2 schools selected to represent Alabama at the Southeastern Theater Conference. The SETC is the largest theater conference in the country, with community colleges and high schools represented. At the conference just this past weekend, the Hoover Theater Department placed in the top 5, which is an amazing accomplishment, as well as winning in the Soul of the Studio Award. The all-star cast recipients include Francis, Liliel, Elizabeth, and Lyric. And while the cast and crew were preparing for the competition, they continued to juggle the multitude of other productions, including student-directed One Acts, Hairspray, a winter show, and a children's drama camp. Oh my goodness, girls and boys. We're incredibly proud of our talented students and directors for their dedication, creativity, and commitment to excellence. Please join us in congratulating the Hoover High School Theater Program, led by Nancy Malone, for this remarkable achievement. And can I get Cameron Gordon, senior at Hoover High, to please come forward? All right, Cameron, we're excited to get to brag on you. Cameron's a senior at Hoover High, as I said, and he was selected by the Music for All to be a member of the Bands of America Honor Band in the 2026 Roses Parade presented by Honda in Pasadena, California. Cameron joined hundreds of performers from across the nation in this prestigious National Honor Band, And we are so proud to have him and Mr. Fitzpatrick get to represent Hoover High School on that national stage. And I do have to ask, did you get rained on the whole time? So you performed in the rain. That is absolutely amazing. That we are so proud of you for that dedication, but also to be able to celebrate you at such a big stage of the Tournament of Roses. Congratulations.
Okay, look at me. Ready in 1, 2, 3. Ready in 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, guys. And if I can now have our representatives from Deer Valley Elementary School, Brock's Gap Intermediate, and South Shades Crest Elementary to please come forward. And I'm going to brag on these three schools. These three Hoover schools were recognized in the top 25 in Alabama. The Legislative School Performance Recognition Program honors schools that demonstrate high performance by ranking in the top 25% of public schools statewide. For the 24-25 school year, Deer Valley Elementary, Brock's Gap Intermediate, and South Shades Crest Elementary were named in the top 25 schools based on their school grading system scores or school letter grades. Each school received a monetary award as part of their recognitions, and they were honored at the February State Board of Education meeting. We are so proud of these three principals for being with us tonight to celebrate all the hard work that they're doing in their schools and all of the hard work of their faculty and staff and their students each and every day. Congratulations, guys.
Ready in 1, 2, 3. Ready in 1, 2, 3.
Board members, as part of our school-wide wellness initiative, this is part of the up and down. This is all part of health and wellness right here. Next, I'd like to ask our representatives from Gwynn Elementary School to please come forward. Our athletics are not the only ones that bring big trophies, guys. So Gwynn Elementary, we are so proud to share that they have been named a recipient of the 2025 Alabama Safe School Award presented by the Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall. This award represents the highest level of recognition through the state of Alabama's Alabama Safe Schools initiatives. Schools selected for this honor completed a comprehensive 4-phase application and a review process evaluated by highly trained judges with expertise in school safety trends. Only 9 schools in the state of Alabama was chosen to receive this distinction. The Attorney General actually attended Gwynn Elementary School where they got to have a school program to celebrate their amazing work that they've been doing to keeping their school and their community safe. And I'm really excited we have Chris Tate with us today to tell us a little bit about the award and to help us celebrate this amazing group.
Good evening. I'm Chris Tate. I get to wear 4 hats here today. One is as a parent of a Gwynn Elementary student and a Simmons Middle School student. I'm also the Deputy Director of the Jefferson County Emergency Management Agency. I sit on the ALSDE's Center for Safe Schools Task Force, and I am a member of the Attorney General's Safe Schools Initiative team. Now, I didn't get to grade any of the schools around Central Alabama for obvious reasons, but I will tell you and the rest of the folks here, this was a lot of work that this school put in, especially the folks that you see up here. Tremendous amount of work to go into it to get to a level that really, I think, Jennifer, I think you said it afterwards, was it was what, a 2 or 3 hour interrogation when the team came in. They go through our EOPs, we make sure everything's good there. And then we get to see the stuff that they get to celebrate, what all are we doing with our community partners. But that last part is the team actually comes in, walks the school, not only asks the team that you see here about what all they're doing, but then they walk the school and they check everything. They even ask the students questions to see if everybody is on track with the plan and everything that's going on. So tremendous work on their behalf. We're very proud of them and certainly would love to see more schools across the system doing some of the things that they're doing here at Gwynn. It should be best practice kind of stuff here. So congratulations, everybody. Very proud of y'all.
Everybody look at me. Ready in 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Great. Congratulations, guys. Now I'd like to ask Beckett West, Simmons Middle School student, and Miss Hurd to please come forward. And I'm going to brag on the two of them as they come. If you guys will come and stand over here. So Beckett took the initiative to send an email to Dr. Maddox. And I think he wanted to send an email to brag about his counselor, but really we want to brag on both of y'all. Because Beckett, your email and your initiative speaks so much of who you are and what you've accomplished. And to your counselor, the amazing things that you guys are able to do together has been awesome. So I want to read this email that Beckett sent Dr. Maddox. I wanted to share with you about our 7th grade counselor, Miss Hurd. She is truly amazing and goes above and beyond her everyday duties. Last year in 7th grade, I started an initiative called Bringing Joy. The purpose of this initiative is to bring a little joy over the holiday season to those in need. When I brought it up to her, she immediately said yes and didn't hesitate to help, putting in hours of work outside of school hours. Our first year, we helped 8 families, and this past year, we helped a little over 40 families. She is truly one of a kind, a light throughout our school and irreplaceable. Thank you so much for your time and have a great day. Beckett and Ms. Hurd, what makes this so awesome is that you guys wanted to do something for others, and both of you took the time to do that. But then also, Beckett, you went above and beyond and wanted to make sure that you highlighted someone else. You weren't just taking the honor of the amazing things that you accomplished as a student, but you wanted to shine light on someone else too. And that is really amazing. And so as we are about to celebrate our Finley Awards and good character, we wanted to recognize both of you today at the board meeting and just say thank you both for what you do for the families in Hoover. Awesome. Thank you, guys. And next, can I have Jennifer Salavant to please come forward? Okay. All right. Well, you get to stand right up here. So I'm going to brag on Ms. Salavant, our language arts teacher at Bumpus Middle School. She has been selected to participate in the prestigious Fulbright Teachers for Global Classrooms program, an honor that is awarded to approximately 400 educators nationwide each year. As part of this experience, she gets to travel to India in July for an international field experience where she'll get to work alongside local educators and immerse herself in the country's culture and education system. She's also going to participate in the Global Education Symposium in Washington, D.C., where she'll collaborate with educators from across the country and meet with representatives from the U.S. Department. She looks forward to bringing these global perspectives back to her 6th grade classroom and helping prepare our students for an increasingly connected world. We are so proud of you. We cannot wait to hear about your travels to India and all that you get to do. Jennifer, if you need a chaperone on your trip, you just let me know. I'll be happy to go. And then last but not least, we would like to bring Sergeant Foreman to please come forward, and I'd like to invite the Hoover Police Department to help me with a special presentation.
I'm not sure Sergeant Foreman is here. I haven't seen him.
Anybody looks like him.
Hey, oh, wait.
He loves this kind of stuff. Hey, dude.
I know the Hoover Police Department would like to say a few words, but I'd like to start by saying Sergeant Foreman has served the city of Hoover for 30 years, keeping our community safe. But for 10 years, he worked with our school resource officer program. My office was right next to his. And I will tell you, every day it was a joy to get to talk with him, but also just know that our schools are in such a safe place because of his leadership. And Sergeant Foreman, it's very weird not seeing you every day. As you guys can tell, he's got that dry sense of humor that is just one of my favorite things. But it has been such a joy working with you, but also knowing his attention to detail and how much he cares about this community, about the students and the faculty and staff, and making sure that our schools are able to receive things like the Safety Award, by making sure that our school resource officers have all of the resources that they need for our schools. So I'm going to turn it over to HPD, but Sergeant Foreman, on behalf of Hoover City Schools, we are just so thankful for your years of service. It is not a roast.
I don't know, we could turn it into that, Dr. Maddox, if you want to. How y'all doing? My name's Keith Sescaliva. I'm the captain over our Support Services Bureau, which encompasses our SRO program. And while I am very new to this assignment, I'm not new to Sergeant Foreman. He and I were beat partners many, many, many years ago. And he is someone who truly encompasses our core values of honor, pride, and dignity. I've seen him work at various levels in different assignments throughout his time here at Hoover, but his last assignment, you could have had nobody better to be in charge of the safety of your kids and the administrators and the staff at the schools. And just, I think, is evident by the outpouring of support that he's gotten since he retired. They're either really sad to see you go or very glad to see you leave. But we thank you so much for your 30 years of service with the city, but then specifically your time with the school. You certainly have left it better than you found it.
Is there a traffic cop here?
Okay, everybody look at me. Ready in 1, 2, 3. Ready in 1, 2, 3. Go.
All right.
Congratulations. Good to see you, Keith. Good job, man.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Hey, I'd like to say something real quick. Just
Brian, turn around. We're going to roast you now.
no, I wanted to say publicly, and I would have said it whether you were going to be here or not because I knew you were finished. But I've been on this board a long, long time, and in the middle of COVID and all that was going on, we would do our meetings in other places because they were bigger. We'd go to different schools, we'd go to different things, and we didn't really know each other, but I had a lot going on just personally, and just a lot going on with the board and all the things, and I never walked to my car by myself. I don't think I went to the bathroom by myself in those buildings. I mean, you were everywhere. Not inside. That does not go.
On the outside of the door.
John Anderson.
Is this being recorded?
But I'm just saying, I remember going home every time and I felt so safe, and you just did your job so well, and it meant so much to me. I know you mean a lot to everybody, but I just wanted you to know that you mean a lot to me. And I'm going to miss you.
Yeah. Brian, thank you for everything, especially those fun COVID season meetings. Thank you.
I hope you're enjoying the sports car because it's still in my vision for the future. Just let me know how that goes.
We have speed limit signs on the school property, okay? Thank you, Sarge. All right. Congratulations, everyone recognized tonight. Want to recognize anyone else?
Covered, buddy.
Thank y'all for staying. I recognize y'all for not running out the door when you had a chance. All right. We'll move on. The next item is the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. President. I recommend approval of our consent agenda, which includes personnel actions, contracts, and educational and athletic field trips.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as recommended by the superintendent?
So moved.
All right. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Is there any discussion or questions from the board? Seeing there is none, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. The consent agenda is approved.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Board.
All right, we'll move on to the action items. The first action item is business actions, and I will ask our CSFO, Melinda Buck, to provide us an overview.
Well, after all those recognitions, it's going to be really hard to follow, but I'll do my best.
Okay.
Included in your packet is a summary and general purpose financial statements for the month ended January 31, 2026. As of January 31st, the district has received 61.4% of budgeted revenues for fiscal year 2026. Property tax collections remain consistent with historical collection cycle, with peak receipts occurring during the winter months. This seasonal influx has temporarily elevated the general fund reserve to 11.9 months. Expenditures through January reflect 4 months of activity. At this point, we would anticipate approximately 33.3% of reoccurring expenditures to be utilized. Currently, general fund expenditures are at 31.4%, slightly below this benchmark, indicating expenditures remained aligned with expectations. While the current fund balance reflects a strong cash position, it is important to recognize this as a timing-related peak. As we move beyond this primary collection season, revenue growth will moderate while expenditures will continue steadily. Upcoming obligations include monthly salaries and benefits, scheduled debt service payments, ongoing capital project disbursements, and reoccurring operational cost. These planned outlays will reduce the fund balance in a controlled and expected manner to position the district toward its targeted reserve by fiscal year end. In January, payments were made for elevator modernization and athletic field upgrades, reflecting collective progress on previously approved capital improvements. Special revenue expenditures represent 41.45% of the budget. This pattern is consistent with the active phase of federal program implementation. Reimbursements remained aligned with program spending and are collected 1 month in arrear. Our January cash disbursement was $4,566,867.12, while February payroll was $14,791,801.55.
All right, very good. Do I have a motion to approve the business actions? Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, are there any questions from the board? I do have one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just checking, and Matt's here, he can tell me. Do we have any completed or close to completed capital projects that are not reflected in today's numbers?
We do have some, is Matt here?
Yeah, Perry Middle School restrooms is about to complete now.
Okay.
Yeah, the state inspection is done.
We've had progress payments on that though, haven't we? Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not a big hit. Okay. Very good. Any other comments or questions from the board? All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the business action items are approved.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Board. At this time, I would like to invite Akila Malpass and Whitney Cook, coordinators of elementary and secondary curriculum respectively, to the podium to explain the textbook adoption process.
We are yin and yang, but Whitney likes an audience and a microphone more than I do, so we'll let her start and I'll explain the elementary.
That is such not true. Falsehoods.
Good evening, board. Good evening, Dr. Maddox. Thank you so much for having us. Dr. Cox is also here, and it's a fine arts textbook adoption year as well. And our fine arts teachers have done a great job of reviewing the options and also making a recommendation. Our Hoover City Schools state mandated textbook committee met on Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. The textbook committee unanimously approved the review committee's recommendations in both social studies and in fine arts. Please consider and approve the textbook committee's recommendations. We are in a unique situation because as of right now, our State Board of Education has not yet approved the recommendations for the textbooks. That should, we hope, happen on Thursday, March 12th. So this is in anticipation of that. Also in anticipation of that, we chose a second choice should our first choice not be approved by the state. And both of those were voted positively 15-1. So everything that we've recommended to you has been approved by a majority vote, and the anticipated approval of the state textbook committee recommendation for March 12th. As always, and I think I said this in my memorandum, if for whatever reason anything that we've recommended is not approved by the state board, we would revoke that recommendation to our local board.
This allows us to get ahead of the curve in terms of ordering materials and things like that. So
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you guys working so hard on that.
Yes, sir. Full implementation is expected for 26-27 school year. And in order for our teachers to get the resources they need in order to implement the new course of study, we really need to order yesterday.
We have any idea when state approval could come through?
Thursday, we're hoping,
This
the
week?
12th. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that on the agenda for their
Mhm.
board meeting.
State board.
Okay, good, that's right.
And if you'd like, I can speak to kind of the reasons why the elementary was top choice, if you want to hear that, or? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Awesome.
We're gonna make your job easy tonight.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. President, based on the committee's review and recommendation, I recommend that the board approve the textbook recommendations for the 2026-2027 school year.
Very good. Do I have a motion to approve the textbook recommendations as recommended by the superintendent? Second. All right, all in favor? All right, textbook recommendations are approved, sir.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you, Whitney and Aquila. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, board. Next, we have the wide area network connections for the new operations building. Mr. President, I recommend that the bid for the wide area network connections for the new operations building be awarded to the lowest responsible bidder, Spectrum, for a total of $21,600, billed monthly for 36 months at $600 per month.
Very good. Do I have a motion to award the bid for wide area network connections for the new operations building to Spectrum as recommended by the superintendent? Do I have a second? All right, any discussion from the board? All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, the motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, board. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Kristen Harrell to come forward. She is our Executive Director of Federal Programs. I know you guys have seen her name. You've heard her name. You haven't really seen her in front of you today. So I would like to ask Dr. Harrell to share information about our recent Cognia accreditation process.
We didn't recognize her today?
I don't think so. You weren't
Not
recognized
today.
earlier, were you?
Yesterday, maybe, not today. Just kidding.
Sorry.
Good evening, board members and Dr. Maddox. As a district, we recently completed our 2026 Cognia Accreditation Review. Our focus during this review was to assess how well we met the high standards set for Hoover City Schools. We began with the district portion of the review, where Dr. Robbins and I examined our performance across various institutional categories. Some of those categories were stakeholder feedback, learning environment, and student performance. Next, we had Kelly Lane, Whitney Cook, Dr. Bob Lowry, and Aquila Malpass each led a team of teachers and staff across the district to focus on one of the four Cognia characteristics. Those four characteristics are culture, leadership, growth, and engagement. They met several times to review, discuss, rate, and collect evidence for each of the 31 Cognia standards across all four characteristics. Finally, each team developed a narrative describing how Hoover City Schools embodies the essence of the Cognia standards. We aligned our instructional pursuits to these key characteristics to ensure our classroom practices directly supported our overall performance goals. So our scores were as follows. The first number I'll share is going to be the Hoover City Schools average, and then the second number is the Cognia Network average. So, and the highest possible score is a 4.0. So for the district portion, stakeholder feedback, we scored a 3.8, and the Cognia Network average was a 3.3. Student performance, we scored a 3.5, and our Cognia Network average was a 3.3. And for the learning environment, we scored a 3.8, and the Cognia average was a 3.1. So that's the first part. And then we had the second portion, which is the key characteristics, which were the 4 themes. So of those, the culture scored the highest possible score you can, a 4.0. So we're very excited about that. And the network average for the culture standard was a 3.2. For leadership, growth, and engagement, all scored a 3.8 average over the network average of a 3.2. So the process we followed during the 6-year improvement cycle included implementation, monitoring, progress reporting, and of course the accreditation review process that we just completed. So the comprehensive review highlighted our areas of excellence as well as areas of growth. So Hoover City Schools achieved an overall score of 314, which is well above the average of 278 to 283, which is typically seen in the Cognia network. So I'm thrilled to report that we met accreditation status, and we will have this status maintained for the next 6 years. In conclusion, this process captured our past achievements while setting a clear path for our future goals. We remain dedicated to using these insights to foster an environment that where every student can succeed. I appreciate your time, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Harrell. Board members, it's important to know Dr. Harrell came to us a year ago from Pell City, where she had just gone through the state monitoring and accreditation process. So when she interviewed, she was like, please tell me that we have state monitoring coming up and accreditation. I was like, sure, lucky day. But these are just kind of extra things that she has an opportunity to do. But she leads federal programs, testing, which is year-round now, and EL, and probably lots of other things, but she's done a tremendous job, so I wanted you to hear about accreditation. I disagree with some of the scores. I think they were a little low, but they didn't ask my opinion. But thank you, Dr. Harrell. So board members, spring break, as you know, is right around the corner. We have 8 days of school remaining. Just from visiting schools, everyone has a very positive attitude. They're very excited, but I know everyone's ready for a break. So as you mentioned earlier at the beginning of the meeting, we're excited that everyone has an upcoming break. We know that students and parents and staff members and administrators need that time to kind of recharge and get ready for that final run toward graduation, and it's downhill in a hurry. I'd like to take this opportunity again to thank all of our team members in this room, school administrators, SROs, central office level administrators. They do such a phenomenal job each and every day, putting out fires, leading things in significant ways, and I'm just thankful for them. I appreciate our principals in the room. You guys are the ones that are there every single day doing the tough work, and we appreciate you, and just really excited about where we are, where we're going, and look forward to the remainder of the school year.
Excellent. Excellent. Very good. We do have a public comment tonight that we're going to have. City Councilman Robin Schultz will come to the podium now. I won't read the whole narrative because he knows it by heart, and I know what you're going to speak about, so we'll let you just come up and do your thing, Robin.
Board members, Dr. Maddox, thank you for letting me speak tonight. Speaking as the liaison and the chair of the Education Board, one of the duties and functions that we fulfill as city councilors, and probably the most vital part, is the appointment of members to the Hoover City School Board of Education. The school board consists of 5 members serving staggered 5-year terms. Each year, a term concludes in May, with the new or reappointed members being sworn in the June Board of Education meeting. These members hold the essential responsibility of hiring the superintendent, who in turn oversees the selection of central office leadership, assistant superintendents, principals, which the board must approve. These personnel decisions are fundamental to making Hoover City Schools' reputations as one of the premier districts in the state. And we definitely saw that tonight. We saw some excellence tonight. While state law does not mandate a specific appointment process, a formal procedure was established in 2008 by then City Council Education Committee Chair, Councilor Gene Smith, with the direct input of a dedicated group of stakeholders, including myself. Since its inception, this protocol, which requires a formal application, a comprehensive background check, a public interview in front of the Education Committee, and a signed acknowledgement of the roles and responsibilities, has served our city exceptionally well and has resulted in a history of outstanding appointees. This year, the term of current board president Alan Paquette is reaching its conclusion. Mr. Paquette has served with distinction over the last 5 years and has expressed his interest in being reappointed for a second term and has filled out his application for that second term. In accordance with our established process, the city will begin accepting applications today. The application period will remain open until 5 p.m. on Friday, March the 20th. Should we receive additional qualified applicants alongside Mr. Paquette, we will schedule public interviews to be held here in these chambers at a date to be announced. Per state law, the final appointment will be made during the second City Council meeting in April. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any board comments tonight?
I made mine.
You made yours. It was a good one.
Thank you.
Well, very good.
I'll quickly comment, Alan. No matter what kind of day you had coming in here tonight, you cannot leave without feeling so proud of our system and everyone that stood before us tonight. I just want to acknowledge that. I know that parents and students, for the most part, have already left the room, but so much work and dedication, as has been acknowledged so many times tonight, went into the opportunity for them to stand before us and be recognized. So thank you to parents that aren't still in the room. Thank you to others who are their support system. But thank you, administrators and coaches and staff and teachers. And we've already talked about SROs. We've talked about counselors tonight. It takes that internal support system within the schools to encourage that excellence as well. So thank you for being so intentional. It's not by chance that anyone stood before us tonight. So I just wanted to say that and express our appreciation to you as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Well, the next scheduled board meeting is for April 14th at 5:30. We'll be back at the central office in the Board of Education conference room, training room, whatever we call it these days. This meeting is adjourned.